Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Is anyone out there?
Another salesperson enduring the endless search. Exhausting. If you want to get right to the right conversations, you need LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Whether you're looking for new leads or strengthening existing relationships at your top accounts, get right to the right conversations with LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Try LinkedIn Sales Navigator now with a free 60-day trial at linkedin.com/trial. That's linkedin.com/trial.
Terms and conditions apply!
How many discounts does USAA Auto Insurance offer? Too many to say here. Multi-vehicle discount, safe driver discount, new vehicle discount, storage discount, legacy.
How many discounts will you stack up? Visit USAA.com/auto discounts. Restrictions apply.
The new McCrispy Strip is here. Dip approved by ketchup, tangy barbecue, honey mustard, Sprite, McFlurry, Big Mac sauce, double dipped in buffalo and ranch, more ranch, and creamy chili McCrispy Strip Dip. Now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Doing, fellas? Happy, or as Tate would say, let's just say a joyous Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day. We're living Memorial Day. I don't know, but nonetheless, I am your host. I'm stepping in today. Pay put some paperwork on my desk and said here. So here I am, folks. Representing our Frustrated Sports Fan channel. I'm Ricky Suede, the host. Introduce yourselves, June, brother June, Foster, Tate.
What up?
June.
What up? This is June from Bleachers and Speakers YouTube channel. Post-game podcast is the basketball show. You can check us out on Bleachers and Speakers on YouTube. I'll pass it to my boy Foster.
B. Foster, the other half of the Detroit sports branch of Fans First Sports Network. Happy to be here.
Fellas, what's happening? I'm your boy Tate in the building. June Foster Tate sounded like he was going to be one person coming up, but I guess he just named.
That's a law firm.
Yeah. That is a good law firm.
Named all three of us, but I'm here from the That's Rather Cavalier podcast on the football side of things, the Steel Curtain Network and Fans First Sports Network, where we all are at. Fans First Sports Network. Yeah, just here to talk some NBA hoops and what's going on out here. Shout out everybody.
Yo, and this Zeke, other half of Sports Life and Hip Hop. We are at SLHH Pod on IG, Sports Life Hip Hop on TikTok, Sports Life and Hip Hop on YouTube. Just Sports Life and Hip Hop, Google it. It'll come up.
All right. Holidays are wrapping up. I hope you guys got all the barbecue and it's also been some good basketball that's on. This Pacers and Knicks series conference finals has been intriguing. You've had a stout, stubborn coach in Tibbs who very rarely goes in depth with his bench, and now all of a sudden in Game 3, he's gone. He's playing Shamet. He's playing Delion Wright. He's going deep in the cupboard to get. He's trying to get something out of something. He was down 0-2. June, what is your take on yesterday's game with the Knicks being down 0-2 and them surviving and making this series interesting?
My take is Knicks did what they had to do. They slowed the game down in the second half. I think the Pacers scored 36 points in the second half total. Mm-hmm. I think the Knicks had 46 in the fourth quarter. I believe something like that. I can't remember what. I mean, it might have been 46 for the half. I'm not quite sure, but Tibbs is going to run his players to death, and he's actually. I think he pulled somebody from the front row and said, "Put on a jersey, man. Give us 2 minutes." Because I've seen some players out there. I'm like, who is that? But you can't run with Indiana. The last score was 138 to 135. This was in the hundreds, like barely in the hundreds, and I think that's where the Knicks would like to keep it. You don't want to run with Indiana. You don't. And they slowed the game down, made it a half-court game. They executed. And it seemed like Indiana in the fourth quarter, nobody wanted to take the big shot. They was deferring a lot. I don't know if it was just me, but it seemed like they were doing a lot of passing when they were down by 4. And it was like somebody has to shoot it, and they was just deferring. So,
Zeke, are you happy with Tibbs' coaching subs? Like his sub, inserting Mitchell Robinson in the starting lineup and taking out Josh Hart.
You love that word, man.
What? Inserting?
Whoa.
You know what? I'll read the dictionary tonight and come up with another word. You know, I mean, lather and certain. I mean, we got a whole bunch of words. The dictionary is very vast. So
and dictionary.
Zeke, what do you feel? You're a guy that look at coaches and what they do as far as changes. What do you think about Mitchell Robinson being in the lineup and taking Josh Hart out?
I think that was a good one. I think Josh Hart gives a little more energy to the second unit. I think the Mitchell Robinson move was I'm assuming for more defense and to get away from the hack of Mitch, right?
Right.
They don't want to hack him too early. But I don't think that was that got to be assistant coach decision. I don't think that was Tibbs all on his own doing that. I'm pretty sure he was pressured by his assistants. Hey, we got to make a move. We down 0-2 because we all know Tibbs is very stubborn. So I don't think that was a move on his own accord.
Tate, what is your thoughts on the Pacers and the fact that they weren't ready? They were up by 20. What was it 20 early in the second quarter? Why didn't they make adjustments and outlast that's or make adjustments and put a nail in that coffin and make it 3-0? What did the Pacers do wrong that wasn't effective?
Well, I mean, I think in this playoffs, man, this playoffs, you've seen a lot of comebacks. I mean, it's just today's NBA. I mean, even the other night when OKC Minnesota was playing, I picked Minnesota to win that game, but I said OKC gonna make a run when it's down like 25. Now that one didn't happen, but a lot of games, and Indiana's won like that. Indiana's come back from double digits and probably won about 3 or 4 games this playoff.
Yeah.
So they just got some of their own medicine. I said some of their own medicine, and not the other word people typically say. Ricky, I just want you to know you weren't gonna go there. But yeah, man, and unlike the rest of y'all that have chimed in so far, I give Tibbs credit, man. I mean, he's still ultimately the one to make the decision. No matter how stubborn he is, he's in the driver's seat. A joker can tell you go right, but if you in the driver's seat, you want to go left, you're gonna go that way. So he did listen. So I respect that. I think Mitchell Robinson helped save Cat. Cat had a big first quarter. So I think putting Mitchell Robinson in and giving them, a larger lineup across the front kind of helped. And like Zeke said, Josh Hart does help give the second unit more energy. So I think you'll see the same lineup far as the Knicks go tomorrow. And as far as the Pacers go, the Knicks was just physical with them. You know what I mean? The Pacers played my punk ass Cavs physical. I'm still shouting out the Cavs though. They right there.
Yeah, okay.
But the Knicks are made for physicality. Y'all know because he's in Chicago. Tibbs coach like that.
Yeah.
Right? They're gonna play with that grit and grind. You're gonna get it out the mud. So if Indiana allow that to be done to them, the Knicks gonna get back in this series.
You brought up something, Tate, about Cat having 20 points, and he had 20 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Foster, 20 points in the fourth quarter Cat displayed. What was it about Cat that showed that he can definitely he can be the number one guy on this Knick team? Like he became the alpha guy. So like what was different as opposed to game 1 and 2 that he didn't put those numbers up?
I think he just did a better job of attacking. I think that Cat he can be really passive and despite the fact that he's 7 foot, 250 pounds, he can play with a little bit too much finesse. and settle for the threes. And I just think he did a better job of attacking the rim. And it ended up being a major factor at the very end. I mean, Brunson's very constant. He doesn't really have bad games per se, but Towns is who they really needed to step up and assert his dominance, because when it's all said and done, he's one of the better scorers in the whole league.
So do you guys have a problem with Brunson taking majority of the shots? Or, like Brunson is taking 25 to 30 shots a game. I could be exaggerating on the 30, but he's definitely taking 25. Would you like the offense to be ran more through Cat? Zeke?
I mean, it could be to take some of the pressure off Brunson, because Brunson is doing a lot. He's bringing the ball up, taking most of the shots. Now the narrative is starting with, oh, man, he holding the ball too much. They throwing that narrative out there. So, I mean, it would ease up off of Brunson, save him a little energy if they run it through Cat.
Looking at the Knicks part, now we need to look at the Pacers. What do the Pacers need to do, June, for them to come back and win Game 4? Now they still got home court advantage, but what do the Pacers have to do to get that W? They just need one more. I mean, to make it difficult.
Hey man, put on them track shoes, run, pace everything. Don't let them slow the game down, speed it up. Be confident in the outside shot. That fourth quarter, they were not confident. Those threes were there. They were, stopping and trying to get mid-range shots and passing the ball around. No, do what got you there. Hit from outside, run. Put on those track shoes.
They shot 20% from three.
No, they still. I mean, that doesn't mean they shouldn't do that.
No. Oh no, that wasn't a indictment on what you're saying. I'm just saying that they probably won't shoot 20% from three.
They gotta get back. I got them there, for sure.
But it was more so to your point. You said that they weren't making it down the stretch, and it got dark. In comparison to the first game where Neesmith could not miss.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got Game 4 in Indiana, in Naptown, and you also have Tyrese Halliburton's dad back in the building. That should definitely boost the morale and get the crowd hype. Tate
or get him knocked out.
Tate, with Halliburton's dad in the building, will this uptick Halliburton's play? I mean, he's been playing pretty good. Yes, last night he didn't have a good game, but what does Halliburton need to do? Because there's been a discussion about how he's a superstar. He's not a superstar. What is it about Halliburton that doesn't make him a superstar?
Man, he need to be a real end, man. He just a sometimes end. You know what I mean? I mean, and his dad back in the building, but he in protective custody though. You know what I mean? He got to be in the box though. He can go in the box.
Yeah, he ain't courtside. Yeah,
right. So to save everybody, save the league from embarrassment, save him from getting knocked out. Halliburton dad, but that's the thing with Halliburton. He too inconsistent, right? And then when he have a good game, he want to be all up, all up in the videos and all up, doing the Reggie Miller and everything. Then when he scored 8 points or something like that, you can't find him. He just dash off to the locker room. So you just got to be consistent all the time. Be who you are. Don't be a sometimes in.
Was that choke? Was the chokes, Selly? Was that cringe, or did you guys feel like
it was
OD?
It was whack. That was good. It didn't even look right when he did.
I didn't really have an issue with it. I mean, once I saw that it wasn't a three, I'm like, if that would have been the game winner, that's cool.
Oh, that's a cool.
He didn't know it though. He thought it was a three when he did it.
Yeah,
he thought it was a three when I don't got a problem with it, man. That's just like Kobe, doing his MJ when he jumped up on the scorer's table and pounding his chest and all that stuff, man. Cats pay homage to the past, man, because some of these cats, go back with the game, and they saw that, they remember that, they want to emulate that.
The fact he did it in front of Reggie in the Garden is even crazier.
Oh,
that part.
Yeah, that's why he did it.
He
Yeah,
pointed right at him.
Reggie was there. Yeah, Reggie was there.
And Reggie,
Also, it was a homage. Okay.
yeah, and Reggie loved that shit. I mean, he on TNT, he can't root for him, but we all know Reggie happy to see that shit, man. Right.
I mean, Reggie kind of corny, so it's like,
Yeah. There's no kinda. Yeah.
Well, what is Halliburton know?
No.
Yeah.
It's on brand. It's on
Birds of
brand.
a feather.
Yeah, birds of a feather. Because his dad is,
A couple of ears of corn.
man, his dad is outrageous. Like,
In Indiana, but Iowa, where the corn come from, huh?
Yeah.
He played at Iowa, did he?
Who?
Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Iowa
Yeah.
State, yeah. In Iowa, though, false. You right.
Yeah, it's a lot of corn in Iowa.
Wrapping up Pacers and Knicks. Give me your predictions, Zeke. Game 4.
Foss did point out that they shot terrible from 3. I don't think that'll happen again.
Mm-hmm.
But Neesmith got an injury. I think I'm gonna go with the Knicks in game 4.
Knicks in game 4.
Yeah.
Be false. Who
They
you
gonna
got?
tie it up, make it 0-0 now.
Yeah. Why not just go 7 and start it off?
June.
I say the Knicks win the next game. I think it's going 7. I believe it will be. I think it's going to 7. I got Knicks winning the next game.
Tate.
Moses Malone, like they say, man, 4-4-4. I'm with everybody. So there you go.
Y'all not good with this. Y'all got to come up with something. I'm going with the Pacers 3-1. Halliburton's dad is coming in the building. You know what I'm saying? Whoa, that's a fine or whatever you want to call it. He'll be in the building. And I know he's on probation. You know, he's in a nice suite. How much
TV time he gets?
Oh, he getting a lot of TV time.
Oh my god!
You know what's crazy? Cat's
They
dad
might interview him before the game.
Cat's dad is always in the building. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting courtside. You don't never hear anything from Cat's dad. Like he real chill, just watching son play low key. Dude, Halliburton, old man, sheesh. But I think the Halliburton dad effect is going to be on. So I think
is not a thing.
Yes, he's from. No, I don't know if he's from Columbus, but he definitely is.
We got some bills to pay. You know, Sports Life and Hip Hop frustrated fan. We'll be back in a couple of seconds.
New Vitamin Water Zero Sugar Pineapple Passion Fruit is packed with vitamins, just like the amount of peas we packed in that sentence. It's packed like your tote bag, the one you stole from your ex, or your overpriced half a studio apartment, or extra rushed rush hour traffic. Packed like your calendar, triple booked at 5, of course. Grab a Vitamin Water. Did we mention it's packed with vitamins?
It's the Smucker's Uncrustables podcast with your host, Uncrustables. Okay, today's guest is rough around the edges. Please welcome Crust.
Thanks for having me.
Today's topic, he's round with soft, pillowy bread.
Hey.
Filled with delicious PB&J.
Are you talking about yourself?
And you can take him anywhere.
Why'd you invite?
And we are out of time.
Are you really cutting me off?
Uncrustables are the best part of the sandwich. Sorry, Crust.
Here. We got a Western Conference matchup. We got the OKC Thunder and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Have you guys been intrigued by that, Zeke? Game 3, 2-1.
A lot of blowouts.
Blowout.
National Blowout Association. Mm-hmm. I don't know about y'all, but once I see a game is like, dude, I think last game they was down. They was up. Timberwolves up like 30. Like once I see that, I'm changing the channel, man. I might check back in second half, see if they caught up, but I don't want to see a team down 30, man. I don't want to watch that.
So who do you got for game 4?
Tip
off in a few minutes.
I think the Thunder will win it. I don't think Shea is gonna have 2 bad games in a row. I think he only had under 20 points last game.
Tate, is there any Is there any way that the T-Wolves can get back in this series? They're down 2-1. They got a blowout win at home. You saw Randall point to his chest, we at home and all that. They're at home for game 4. Will they be able to tie it, Tate, or will they be down 3-1?
No, it's going back 2-2, man. Ant-Man. I mean, that's what this series come down to. Last series with OKC was Shea against Joker. Now this one is Shea against Ant. And I mean, I like Ant. I respect Shea as MVP, but Ant a real YN though. Shea, he nice. He from Canada. He's a hooper. You know what I mean? All those things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I got to go roll with them dogs, man. You know what I mean? I roll with foxes, not lambs. Wolves, not lambs.
You're not rolling with the MVP?
Nah, I got
Wow. Be false. There's been a narrative out there about SGA being a foul merchant and how he's flopping and grabbing people's arms and getting the call so he can.
That's just on defense. I ain't talking about his Michael Irvin style offense he got compared to football. To push off every time, that shoulder lean and get some space. He could foul out in the second quarter most games. They called
it. Is there a thing about him being a foul merchant? Is there something about that, or everyone's just blowing it out of proportion?
Yeah, I mean, it appears to be an epidemic throughout the league between him and Brunson. It's a real thing for sure. He's a great player, and I guess great players do take advantage of the just of the privileges that they've earned. But there's definitely some validity to that. My biggest thing is I don't know what to make of. If the T-Wolves blow them out tonight, it's I don't know what to make of. Is it a close series or not? I guess obviously it's 2-2, but everybody, it's either you smoke them or you get smoked. So kind of weird, but we'll see how it goes tonight.
June, can OKC win this game 4?
I got OKC winning tonight. I mean, Canada invented basketball and it sucked. I think SGA, holds up that, the Canadian banner and say, hey, I got this, and they win tonight.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I never peeped that they both had the hyphen with the Alexander, but they're related.
We know, Foster. Everyone knows that they're related.
I just found out. I'm not gonna hold you. I found out when in the series, to be honest.
Wow.
You only care about Bridges, bro. You don't care about nobody else in the playoffs.
I'm self-centered.
Hey man, was Massachusetts part of Canada back in the day or something? Yeah. I swear that's where basketball was invented.
They say Canada, actually.
Springfield, Massachusetts, James Naismith. Come on, man. Get your facts straight.
No, my bad. I just
Tate. As far as reffing in the playoffs in general, they've been the refs have definitely let the teams get physical. Less 3-pointers have been hoisted. And what are your thoughts on the games being more? They're giving them more. They're liberal as far as foul calls. They're letting them play. What are your thoughts on? Is that a good product that Silver has been allowing for the games to just be played?
I mean, that's just traditionalist, right? I mean, it's tradition. It's a traditional way the playoffs go. You have a coast regular season. That's wrong. My Cavs, they're a great 82 game team, but they're not a good 16 game team when they get time for that tournament because they don't get physical enough. They get out tough. So, we all know how the playoffs has always win. You know what I mean? They kind of regulate it during the season, but when playoffs go, man, I ain't gonna say everything goes, but they let them play, and I like that. I like that better.
Excuse me, Tate. Naismith is from Canada. I'm just saying it was invented by a Canadian. Let me rephrase that.
Okay. All right. Well, the rephrase in context is everything. Okay. Thank you.
Straight. There was a Canadian that created basketball,
but not in Canada. Okay,
in
I got
Springfield, Massachusetts. You got that.
Zeke, you're a ref aficionado. You break down the refs and how they call games. What are your thoughts on how they call in the playoffs?
I do like that they let them play, but I don't call all the ticky-tack fouls, but the obvious stuff you got to call. I don't want to see no 2-minute report saying, oh, we should have called this, and this at the end of the game. Like the obvious stuff you got to call. Like like you said with Shea, a lot of the times when he's driving to the rim, he's just bumping off of a guy, and that's a foul. I don't really like those fouls. But I don't think Shea is as egregious as Harden would. Like Harden would go to the rim and cuff your arm and get the foul. Shea not doing all that, but he is getting a superstar whistle. But he's MVP, so.
My favorite was when Brunson took, I can't remember whose arm he took, but he took him and hit him in the face.
I don't like all that.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
You can't grab the other guy, then it's a foul on them. I don't like that.
Are your business expenses playing hide and seek? With Uber for Business, the small spends that slip through the cracks, like rides and meals, go right where you need them. Because it integrates with leading expense platforms, you can say goodbye to surprise costs, missing dollars, or chasing receipts. Everything's track downable. Uber for Business. Make small steps that make a big impact. Learn more at uber.com/small steps.
At the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, get deals so right, it almost feels wrong. Now's the best time to get that Hyundai you've always wanted. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with America's Best Warranty and 3 years or 36,000 miles of limited complimentary maintenance. Don't think you can get away with all that? Think again. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. It's a great day for a new Hyundai.
Just call the obvious. Like going back in the Detroit, New York shit when Hardaway took the three and in the game. That was a foul.
Yeah, that was
I was thinking that in my head, but I didn't even want
to. Yeah, sorry, man.
I didn't want to be the one to say it.
Yeah.
You know what makes it worse and all that to add on to what you're saying, Zeke, is when they come out with the 2-minute report and then they say, oh, yeah, we meant to call that and we didn't call that.
I'd rather not.
That 2-minute report, I'd rather not. So
just don't say nothing.
Right. Just, yeah.
It's not going to change. 2-minute report. Leave that alone. Man.
Yeah. So what, as far as SGA goes, and they've been doing the narrative with his cousin, like, does anyone even care about that? I know, like, Foster brought up and he didn't know, but like we don't, like, they're really pushing this narrative about them being cousins.
Mini
doc. Yeah, they're doing a mini doc about the. I'm like, yo, like, first of all, we knew, Foster, you've been educated, but yeah, it's not that big of a deal that two opponents are playing against each other and their family members.
I think this is going to be mentioned every time they play each other.
I mean, dude, June and Tate will attest to this. They making it like it's Isaiah and Magic kissing on the chin and stuff. Like, oh yeah, before the game. That type of ridiculousness. But I mean, you know, the NBA is going to make it a soap opera, so if you will, and grab these storylines and whatnot.
That's exactly what it is. It's storyline and content, man. You know, because Walker Alexander is not, or Alexander Walker. Which one is it? See, I don't even know. He's not good enough to even talk about.
Right. He's a role player.
He's a role player. But the fact that he's Shea Cousins, why we even talking about it?
Right. We grew up together.
Yeah, we grew up together and all.
They pointed out in the doc though. Yeah. They said he went a different route to the league. It was a little rougher for him. Nikhil.
This means war. All right. Speaking of war, and you guys have picked your picks for the what?
Hey, put that comment on the screen.
Yeah, John Kisman. What?
That was a wild hook.
Hey, yeah, Tate, you saw it, Magic and Isaiah, right? We saw it in the 80s.
I glanced over. I thought it said valid for a second. I'm like, whoa.
I mean, it's just as bad as a quarterback wearing fingernail polish, you know.
Oh, you know what? Here, we don't condone.
I mean, and I know a big piece of the Bulls championship run. Dennis Rodman didn't kiss men.
Oh, here we go. See,
yeah, you know what?
Another commercial.
About as much as Tristan Thompson.
Let me get speaking of war, as we spoke about, I'm hearing that the free agent talk is talking about Ty Jerome. I call him Ty Jerome Rome. He is being looked at by June and B. Foster's Pistons. What are your thoughts on that, June?
Well, he's better than Kobe. Bring him.
Kobe White, yeah.
Kobe White, yeah, bring him.
Tate, do you want Jerome gone, or would you like to retain him?
Man, I was with retaining them all, but that last series, man, he wasn't hitting shots. When he's not hitting shots, he proved himself to be a defensive liability, big time. You know, that was part when he was the head of the defense or had to guard the ball. That's when Halliburton was having his best spurts, for real. You know what I mean? So if they bring him back, I think he lost money. So, but that last series, so if they can bring him back for a nice deal, or if the Pistons want to pay a little more money, just a little more money to bring him in there, then it could go both ways. But I don't need him. I think the YN Craig Porter Jr. is ready to assume the backup PG role.
Does anybody know his market value, or is he restricted, Tate? I don't know if is he restricted.
He's unrestricted. He's unrestricted.
What do you think his market value is? Be false. What do you think his market value?
Tate would know more than that, though. I mean,
well, Tate doesn't seem like he's confident in even retaining him, so that's why.
But I mean, if you ask me what I'd pay for him if I'm Cleveland,
no,
well that's going to start his market value, right? Because you'd have to outbid Cleveland for him to go somewhere else.
If he's restricted, he would have to. The Cleveland can match, but if he's unrestricted, it's a wild west.
I understand that, but I'm saying if Cleveland offered him 10, Detroit offered him 10, I bet he stays in Cleveland. Absolutely. I'm saying if I'm Cleveland, the most I'm offering is 10. So anybody offer more than 10, he gonna go somewhere else.
Oh, he getting more than 10.
I agree.
The number that crossed my mind was 12. I like his. Well, for one, this is the first year that he's actually played like a full season of basketball. Before that, he kind of jumped around. He was a journeyman. So, but I do like his efficiency. He shot 44% from three. He shot 52% from the field, and that was only 19 minutes a game because he's obviously playing behind two prominent guards. I can see somebody going out there on a limb and overpaying him, possibly trying to turn him into a starting point guard. Like Tate said, he is a defensive liability. He's not very. He's like 6'3", maybe, but he's 28 years old.
He's 6'5".
He's 6'5". He doesn't appear to be. I believe that he is, but he doesn't strike me as a 6'5" guard. But yeah, he scores 30 per 48 minutes. I think somebody can make it could make a point to him possibly being a starting point guard. But
I think he that second type ball handler we talking about to play with Cade, which would be better than your boy who's that two guy? Not Ivy, the other guy. The 3-point shooter.
Beasley.
If Beasley come off the bench and still do what he do, still can get the same amount of minutes. I'm just saying another ball handler to help Cunningham or Cade out would go a long way. And y'all had a defensive chop, especially with JB being the coach to help him out.
So is he Tate, you watched him all year. Is he more of a 2 or a 1? What is he better suited as?
He's better suited as a secondary ball handler. He can play someone in a pinch,
Okay.
But yeah, K would still be running the offense, but K could get off balls from if Ty Jerome was in there because he's 6'5" and he can score, he can get to the bucket, and he can distribute. But just like you saw when against the Pacers for the Cavs, when they pressed them boys up and the pressure was on, he wasn't good with that ball in his hand. No diddy.
Going 1 for 15 in the playoff game will not get you money. That will have you lose the bag.
He's lost it.
You think so? You guys all you guys are you guys think he lost the bag?
I mean, if he had a great series, that would look a lot better.
It all comes. Your value all comes down to who feels they need you. If there's one team out there, even if it's like the Orlando Magic, who could not get a consistent guard the entire year, I mean, they might say, F it, we'll pay you 15 or whatever the case may be. It's your value is only as high as who needs you.
That part, and the market probably was 18 if he had a good series and what he did all year. Now we talking 12 and 10 right now. He
only averaged 12 points a game though,
and he was third in six man. Doesn't that boost his value?
That boosts his value a little bit, but it's about what you last saw, man. I last saw him be terrible.
It's certainly. He's only worked with the Cavs fan last saw because it hit home different. It ain't gonna hit as home to other teams, but I understand where Tate's coming from.
Well, they're saying
because Beasley, I mean, he had a great year, and we're not too sour about it. But that's kind of the lasting impression that Beasley left was a shaky playoff as well.
What were you gonna say, Zeke?
Just saying it's between Jerome and Sam Merrill. They might lose either one or both of them.
Tate, what is your thought?
Would you rather have Merrill
or Ty Jerome Rome? Unmute it. Fine.
Big fine for myself. I gotta send Pay to fine grab it. See, if you talk to a real production manager before you go out there, you'll have some of this stuff. But nah, man, I think man, that's a tough one because they're not the same player, but yeah, I mean, cause I like Merrill. I like Merrill just come off the bench and snipe.
Yeah, he's just more
kind of like the boy Pritchard for Boston. He ain't gonna, hit you with no crossover or no sauce or nothing like that. Whoa, but he'll stand in the corner and knock down threes.
Whoa, that you got Pritchard's game all wrong, buddy. Pritchard is a bona fide scorer. He's not a sniper. He is I will get my shot off.
Yeah, no, he's a little better ball handler. I think he played some point guard in college, but Pritchard played in the Pac-10, right? Pac-10 at the time.
Yeah,
did he go from Oregon or somewhere?
Oregon, correct. Yep.
Yeah. So no, he's definitely a better ball handler. But when Pritchard come across half court and get to the bottom side of that logo, he's in range, and that's Sam Merrill. I mean, so he's more consistent. Sam Merrill ain't go 1 for 15.
No. I was going to say the crazy part that he had the green light to go 1 for 15. More importantly, Sam Merrill doesn't have the green light to go 1. Ty Jerome had the green light from
especially since Garland missed some of those games. So that was his opportunity. Jerome's opportunity to capitalize off the extra.
And he missed the bag.
He folded.
I don't think he's gonna miss out on too much money because I mean he only made like $2 million. He made like $2 million each year, and he could throw in I was a 6th man of the year finalist. He was one of the finalists for 6th man of the year.
He can
throw that into his negotiation.
I mean the percentages look really good. 44% from 3 is insane.
Who's his comp?
Ty Jerome.
Pay wise, like who should he? Hey, I'm as good as X, Y, and Z.
Low key, I mean,
he can't demand Pritchard money.
He can demand Beasley money, Malik Beasley.
That ain't a lot of mony.
What is Beasley making?
What, like $6 million? Didn't he sign?
Beasley only making 6?
He signed a prove it deal. Like he'll be extending long term this next go around. But I think he signed like a 6 to 8.
Oh, really?
That's a good question on who's his comp. That's a good question because I mean I'd say some TJ McConnell maybe. But TJ McConnell bother you defensively though. Jerome not gonna do none of that.
Beasley signed a 1 year for 6.
Oh, he's on 1 year. Wow.
Bargain. That's why they love him so much. I mean,
That's what. Wow, that is a bargain.
Yeah.
Hardaway made like twice that.
And Hardaway is. Oh, he had a. I don't. He was injured a little bit, but yeah, Hardaway had a bad year. Speaking of losing money, the All NBA, all defensive teams came out, and some guys lost money. Specifically, Jaren Jackson Jr. He missed out on one vote from getting that $200 million extension.
Memphis is rejoicing.
Poor guy.
June, I want to ask you: are you a fan of these voters basically dictating the paper or the bag that you can obtain?
I am not a fan of that. Matter of fact, I didn't know about the fact that that vote cost him that amount of money. I knew he was due for a bonus, but I didn't know that this had anything to do with it. So I am totally against that.
200 mil he lost.
200 mil.
Oh, he lost 200.
He lost 200. He could have signed the extension, and one vote. He was short of one vote. He didn't make the All NBA third team. He didn't make any of the All NBA teams. So he just had to make the All. Once you make the All NBA team, that would have kicked in. He would have got the extension for 200 million. I.e. SGA for winning MVP. He can get what 600 something mil. Correct. Edit.
Well, was they gonna give him the Supermax?
Who?
Memphis.
They might. They had the. Well, I mean, but you had the option. It's there on the table. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know if they would have paid.
Well, that's neither here nor there because now it's taken away.
Oh yeah, it's gone now.
Tate, your thoughts on if writers and journalists basically dictate your bag?
Well, I mean, it's how it's always been done. I mean, nothing's changed. Now they just tied into the contracts. The players know what the contract they're signing when they go into those negotiations and they sign the contract. And it's determined by the writers and all the sports media and all that stuff. So I don't have a problem with it because it's not like they changed it on. Oh, this year he didn't get it. It's been like that. Be better. Stop being a big man jacking up threes all the time and get your ass down there and get your money, and you would have literally got your money.
Oh, so
you know what I mean?
So you're a non-union guy. Okay, I get it.
What's that take have to do with not supporting the union?
Well, no, I'm simply saying that you're letting them dictate if you should get the money. It should just be your play in general. I would my take. But
do we gripe against the Hall of Fame voters? I mean, the Hall of Fame is the same way.
That ain't really affecting your money though.
Yes,
but the players signed the contract. They don't have to agree to that when they sign the dotted line.
Good point.
Low key, that's why Zach Lowe, he gave up his vote. He was like, I don't like my vote determining their money. So he gave up his all NBA votes and all that. He said he didn't like having that pressure on him.
Oh.
I think he's like the only guy that's admitted to doing that. Like, yeah, I don't want to affect their money like that. Nah, I give up my vote. It's still it's a bunch of people in media that vote. I know they don't be watching like that.
No.
You're affecting somebody that's making so much more than you. It doesn't matter.
And if you're an NBA player, is that going to incentivize you to, hey, let me send Malika a fruit basket or something? She give me a vote.
Hey, you should have kept his vote, man. Could have got an extra fruit basket.
Well, I mean, it's really a lose-lose for the players and the beat sports writers. You know what I mean? Because like Zach Lowe got out. I mean, what's that do for Zach Lowe? It saves him from he don't have the vote and the the prestige that come with being a All NBA voter. Yeah. But now he ain't gonna turn no players off. He can get them interviews and stuff like that because he didn't vote against me and I didn't get my bag. He don't even vote, so I'm gonna talk to him. So
I'm sorry. Does Sham get a vote? Does anyone know if Sham gets a vote? Zeke, I know you.
I'm pretty sure you do.
I don't know. I would think though. I mean, since Woj left, he's the biggest thing in basketball NBA media. So
the opposite of Jaren Jackson Jr. is SGA winning the MVP, being a foul merchant. Being a foul merchant. SGA actually him winning the MVP He can sign up to Zeke. This is your field, like 600 something mil. Like he
He
can
could get like 60 mil a year.
yeah, 60 mil a year, except for winning that MVP. Are you okay with SGA getting that type of bread? And if I'm assuming OKC will grant him that, are you okay as far as star wise? He's worth that money. June.
Wow, that's tough. Is he worth the money? That's a lot of money, but if that's your franchise guy and you believe in him and that's what you want to do, by all means, do what you got to do. I mean, he could be the nucleus of great teams to come, and that's what they want to do. That's a lot of money, though.
60 mil a year. That means pretty soon somebody gonna be getting them 82 a year, $1 million a game. That's coming.
But we act like this new. Ain't Jaylen Brown getting 60 million a year?
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown is.
I mean, so what are we talking about? Is Shea better than Jaylen Brown? Sorry, Pay, but he's better than Jaylen Brown.
Finals MVP. I don't know.
No, but he's still better. Ain't no MVP ever coming for Jaylen Brown. League MVP, never. And Shea might be on his way. If they win the finals, he's gonna be the MVP.
Yeah. As a team, if you're talking about should the Thunder do it, yeah, he's taking them to, especially if they get to the finals, because I don't know how far KD and them got, but
they lost LeBron. They lost LeBron.
They got to face the Heat. Yeah.
Okay. So
he's crying.
But I think he's a good representation. He's still pretty young because he got drafted by the Clippers, so I don't even know how old he is at this point. But
he got drafted by Charlotte and traded to the Clippers.
Okay.
Wow. Paul George effect, by the way. He's Paul George is the new Kevin Bacon of the NBA.
Okay. Yeah. Then he kind of played like him a little bit as well with that slow paced action, but. Yeah, I mean, Thunder, that's a no-brainer as far as what they should do.
Well, I do believe that we will see
he got traded for Miles Bridges.
What? Shaded?
Yeah. On draft night.
Shea
and Charlotte, that's not, I don't think he ain't taking them to the finals.
Well, yeah, that's been all the talk this week is Charlotte traded Kobe and Shea on draft day trade.
Yeah. I was like, it sounds like Kobe.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what? A part of this, and Tate, maybe you can speak on this. Does it depend on where you get drafted? You know what I'm saying? So, you can be drafted, Kawhi Leonard being drafted by the Spurs, that helped out his career. Kawhi Leonard going to Utah Jazz, that might not have helped catapulted his career. Does where you get drafted also and who's the coaching, does that have to play a big part?
That always plays a big part. I mean, Kawhi loses half of his career resume if he doesn't play with Tim Duncan and Tony Parker. We say, Kawhi's two-time MVP because he held LeBron to 30 and 10 and 10, and they won the series, but Kawhi got the MVP because his defense was so good because LeBron should get 40 and he held him to 30. You know what I mean? Then when he left San Antonio, because he got hurt, then he was always hurt for a while. So half Kawhi resume wouldn't be there if he didn't get drafted by the Spurs, then play with Duncan, then play with Parker, then play with Ginobili. You wipe out his first half of his career, then he'd still be a dog, but he wouldn't have the complete resume that he has. He got that from being drafted where he's drafted.
I bring this up because the narrative also this week with the Pacers and Knicks is that Halliburton was passed by so many teams, and that I think he was like 12 or 13, correct, edit. But
could have been a Bull.
He could have been, everyone says he could have been this, he could have been that. But
they had him, Draymond.
Yeah, but coming out, no one knew what Halliburton was. In fact, Sacramento had him and they weren't happy. Well, they got him for Sabonis, which I think is one of the fairest trades, one of the, decent trades that one can make. Both got, a shirt on their back. As much as possible, but Halliburton, would he be the player that he is if he was on Sacramento still?
I mean, part of it is that they chose Fox over him in a sense. They didn't think that they would work as well together. And I mean, Fox did okay for himself. I mean, they did get to the playoffs. What, just one time or twice?
With Halliburton?
No. This was post Halliburton.
Oh, okay, yeah. The play.
So I mean, so it's tough. It's tough to say. I mean, the Kings did all right for themselves. In a lot of that you got to attribute to Sabonis as well. So I don't know. Tough to say how they would have played had they been side by side. Because I think at some points Halliburton was coming off the bench behind Fox, but this was when he was a rookie, so he was.
I think that was one of the better trades as well, along with the Luka Trey trade. I know we all know that Luka he's better than Trey, but I mean Trey is no slouch as well. Sabonis for Halliburton, that trade was also, I think, in my opinion, a good trade.
Pacers fans might have been mad at the time because obviously Sabonis was more established at that point, but I think they're happy because a lot of it, part of it was because they didn't. Miles Turner and Sabonis wasn't gonna mix well. So there was a lot of reasoning to that. But whoever their owner is, I think people can salute them for that.
I mean, and both teams, and we talked about Kawhi, and depending on where you go, Tyrese Halliburton went to a place where he fits in. If their plan was to run and get all these athletes and do all that, he in the perfect place. If he was in a place where it was come down, set up, you need your point guard to play heli D and all that heli defense. Let me say heli defense.
Whoa.
I thought he
was. All right. Production kudos for that one. That was kind of a good one. But yeah, man, he just went to the right spot. This other teams, you could put Tyrese Halliburton on right now, and he wouldn't have the same effect that he does with the Pacers. I mean, playing with Miles Turner, having 5 out is a big part of why his game is so good too. Oh yeah, I'm deep in my bag with it, man. Come on,
man. We were trying to give you credit now.
You know what? You bring up a good point, Tate, with coaching and another popular name. I'll use the other word, but I'm not going to use it because y'all gonna tell me. But a popular name this summer is Giannis Antetokounmpo, and there's a line. There's been they've been saying that Doc Rivers has a great relationship with Giannis. Well, I'm sorry, not Doc. Glenn. Get good relationship with Giannis for him to stay. Zeke, your thoughts on Glenn Maywood's finest, West Side's finest, Chicago, having Giannis stay in Milwaukee? What are the chances?
I don't think there is much Doc could say to get Giannis to stay there, unless he say, "Yo, we bringing in another all-star caliber player," which is highly impossible. So I don't know what Doc can say to influence Giannis' decision. Wherever Giannis is going to do, his decision is probably close to already being made.
Are we all in agreement that we want Giannis somewhere better than Milwaukee? Are we in
as long as it's not LA?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Only reason I can see him staying there is on some, the East is going to be pretty much up for grabs, but
which it is.
The team he had to put the team on his back anyway, but. I can see him like, I don't want to go out west and deal with that. But where is he going to go in the East?
He said Brooklyn and it was another team. I'm sorry, it's Brooklyn. Yeah. Tate, did you hear about another team? It was Brooklyn and someone else that Giannis.
Why do you want to go there? Just because it's Brooklyn?
He said Brooklyn, though. It was another.
Giannis said Brooklyn?
Yeah, he said Brooklyn. He said Brooklyn, it was one of his destinations, another team that he'd be open to. It might be Houston.
It can't be money.
It's always about the money.
Nah, he already got money, man. He got his ring and he got his money. He should want to go to a good team.
That don't even look right. Some just don't. You close your eyes and imagine.
Unless it's him and somebody else teaming up going.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If he said that, he must know. It's another iron in the fire. He got to know that. He don't want to go there and play with Cam Thomas and Cam Johnson, them jokers,
just
man.
stay with Kuzma if you're gonna do
Right.
Yeah.
You might as well stay in Milwaukee.
This brings up another question. With this summer embarking with some names coming out, the KD and Giannis in the trade whirlwinds, in the Chatty Patty talks. Is the end of? Are we seeing the end of the three superstars on a team? Like the Heatles, or everyone ganging up and doing a banana boat thing and saying, "Yeah, let's play together." Are we seeing the end of that? Where now now we got small market teams, i.e. Minnesota, OKC and Indy, they're actually have a chance to win the chip. Are those days behind us where we're seeing teams, superstars team up now? Be false.
I don't think we're there yet. This is a nice little situation we got going. It's
5 years. 5 years.
Because the last couple, Denver.
No one has repeated. It's been 5-6 years. No one has repeated.
Just the parity and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing we have seen is a lot of these combinations have not worked. Like we saw Brooklyn with Harden, Durant, and
Kyrie.
That crashed and burned fast. The same thing with the Suns with Beal and Booker and KD. So one thing that we do know is that type of stuff only works on 2K. It works really good when it's not, coaching is not involved and egos aren't involved. I'm just controlling the players, but I don't know. I think that the money is still regardless of whether or not these teams are winning. I think it's still good for marketing and all the other whack shit.
June, are you happy with the parity that's in the NBA?
It is what it is, man. I think, the game has changed so much that, the storylines and the narratives change with it. I also think that the three superstar type of teams, I think you'll see more Batman and Robin type teams that are successful and that are thriving more so heading forward. So those type of things. And I think you got somebody like SGA making $60 million. It's going to be very difficult to get three people superstars on the team with that demanding this kind of money. So, and the market will dictate that, because like I say, you give SGA $60 million this year or next year, somebody's going to want 65 the year after that. So just
they already talking about that. They're speaking on future talks now. Like, oh man, OKC not gonna be able to last because in a couple of years they got to pay this guy, and this guy. And they already talking about it. Well, they're talking about it in Boston last season. Like, hey, they ain't gonna be able to keep this roster.
Right.
Yeah.
Tate,
that money comes into effect.
Tate, you're a Buckeye fan, so you're a fan of long winning tradition and wins and back-to-back titles. Are you a fan of parity?
I am a fan of parity, man. I like to see everybody have a chance. I would agree that with June, like it's gonna be, you can have 3 stars and a weak ass bench and be in trouble, or you can have two stars and have a strong bench and you can continue. You know what I mean? Because you can't pay 3 players $60 million, but you can play 2 $120 and then spread that other stuff out amongst your depth. So I do agree with that aspect of it. Yeah, man. Plus, it's about fit. Like Fall said, these jokers just get big names and just throw them together, man. Why would I think Devin Booker and Bradley Beal work? KD fit in. KD fit in anywhere, right? He fit in. LeBron fit in anywhere. Yeah. You know what I mean? Kevin Garnett was gonna fit in anywhere. But you can't just grab big names and put them together. Harden and Kyrie, who plays defense in the backcourt.
On top of that, to add to that, Beal's contract is disgusting, and he has a no trade clause, which is beyond
going nowhere.
I don't know what happened with that one.
And that was when Phoenix got that new owner that bought the team, and he just wanted to, jump out there and play 2K, like Foss was saying, because he's a billionaire. He can do his own thing, much like the leader of the free world, just do his own thing. whether it's good or bad, when you get a certain attitude and a certain level of richness, you just do your own thing. You know what I mean? So that's what's happening. It doesn't always work. It's about fit, and it's about how to work the financial aspect of the books.
Well, the producer in my ear is saying, we got some bills and we got to cut it. But I want to say thanks again, brothers, for having me on and being payday for today. It was a treat, and I'm going to use my word, June. I definitely had to get a lather and get going, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my boys, my guys from 313, I can say 313, right? From Detroit.
I guess if you allow Foster to wear a Mets jersey.
Right. Tell the people where they can catch you guys at and what you guys got coming up.
You can find me and B Foster on Bleachers and Speakers on YouTube. You can also, anywhere you listen to a podcast, you can find us. Just type in Postgame Podcast, FFSN, on any of those platforms. You can also type in Bleachers and Speakers, FFSN, on any of those platforms. Make sure you're following us. Make sure that notification bell is on. So when we drop content, you'll get an alert. We will be having a Pistons show soon. We haven't had one. We've been doing these once a week with the Central Division, but we'll have our own Pistons show soon, talking about free agents. And also on Bleachers and Speakers channel, you will be able to find some featured player profiles on the NBA draft prospects. We'll be giving our analysis on a lot of the players that are potential picks in the NBA draft. So just make sure you subscribe to Bleachers and Speakers on YouTube.
Tate, where can they catch you at? Where can the people find you?
Yeah, man. That's Rather Cavalier Podcast, Fans First Sports Network. Like June just said about the post-game podcast for the Pistons. It's not much work to do when your team's not playing, so we haven't done much over there. We participate in the Central Division Showdown podcast with the homies from Sports Life and Hip Hop, Zeke and Rick. The homie Pay, you never know when he's going to show up. And, but Fans First Sports Network, that's Rather Cavalier. And everything we all do with the Fans First Sports Network, that's some football, some baseball, some, we are no diddy, dip and dab and everything.
Can't say dip and dab.
But, dip, maybe dab.
Never mind.
I don't know, but I want to because and I get it. This is a paid production of Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan hosting us today. But I want to shout out the homie Cade Cunningham, third team All NBA. We didn't talk about it. Evan Mobley, Cleveland Cavaliers, second team All NBA, and Donovan Mitchell, Cleveland Cavs, first team All NBA. There's no Bulls on there, so it wasn't really need to be. They didn't really give us time to recognize the all NBA team. So yeah, shout out to those players in Central Division that made it.
Wow. Zeke, I don't know how you're gonna follow up with that, but tell them where you can reach us.
Yeah, Sports Life and Hip Hop on YouTube, Sports Life Hip Hop on TikTok, SLHH Pod on IG. We should be dropping an episode pretty soon, when we get some time. We got a Black Boy Art Show pod coming out, a vlog that Rick just went to.
Yeah,
should be coming out in about a week or so.
Brothers are creative. Are creative. I want to send a shout out to Pay. Shout out to the homie Pay. Shout out to those who have watched on Frustrated. We appreciate y'all. Y'all subscribe. We're on here every Monday talking sports, talking basketball. And if you're a novice in your knowledge, just, chime in and we'll educate you. But it's all 4 or 5 of us. We all on here just talking about the game that we love. So Pay, send us out. I'm Ricky Suede, Sports Life and Hip Hop. Holla at y'all.
Thanks for listening to this latest edition from the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel. Whether you listen to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or watching on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, share with a friend, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a drop. And all my homies from Chicago, we say three things: bear down, go Cubs go, and sell the team, Jerry.